Hello everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Dave, and today in this video I'm going to make a fat metal tone with Amplitube 5. Well, you may think it's an insult to have your tone called fat, but who cares? Because if it sounds good, who cares if it's fat? So in this video I'm going to go through making this tone really fast and then give you guys a taste how this sounds in a mix. Now in my DAW the Reaper I have Amplitube 5 open here. Okay. See, the first thing we want to set up is to set up our preamp settings, okay? So for this, I just set up an overdrive and then I set up a gate. So the gate basically acts for, muting your noise, getting your sound kind of tight. You can find gates on dynamics. You can put it in front of your DI. So DI, you know what this is. DI means your clean tone. It is the raw tone getting from your guitar. It's just directly coming from your guitar. So, and then I'm going to add an overdrive, which is going to give us a chug that is needed, because the reason we metalheads live and guitarists in metal genres is chug. We just look for chug. Maybe some of you look for God or some, but we look for a chug. Okay. Take that from me. Okay, now how we set up our overdrive is extremely important, because we are going to use a high gain amp, and if you are using this overdrive as a banana, I mean, if you're going banana with the settings, you're going to fuck up the tone. Okay, so be really careful how you use it. And we have the knob here called overdrive. Look, overdrive means distortion. We're already going to use a high gain and a distorted amp, so we do not need this. Who gives a fuck about overdrive? So what we need is a certain amount of a level, which is like okay, maybe around 7 points here, and then the tone which is around 6.5, just to give us enough cut for the chugs to come in the mix. This is it, as simple as that. I'm just going to turn this off. So this is our tone so far. Okay, it's just really, crunchy kind of tone right now. Then for the amp we're going to choose. So the amp I'm going to use is Metalhead by Fender, which is I have not heard in my life for once, but it looks cool, man. It's just like, okay, this sounds new, and I like new things to try out. So I choose this. The name is cool. The name is actually cool. Okay, how you set up your amp is really of an importance. So how you wanna set your amp here is like listen to me when I talk. Of course you're listening, but listen, because this is important. Lots of guys I see how they tweak their amps. They put drives, they see the drive button and the gain, they think, okay, the gain means kind of like power, so if I just crank it up, it sounds better, it sounds more mellow and stuff. But no, you're going to fuck up the tone. So lots of players like me tend to play really hard on the strings. And I use like super heavy strings gauges. So I play hard on my strings. Then if I have the gain already high, it's just going to mess up my tone in the mix. No joke. So the tension you play on your strings, how hard you play on your strings matters. So you put your drive lower. If you want to play that hard, so you want to get some dynamics, you put it lower. It makes your sound tight and fat at the same time. So how low you can put it? As low, not so low that you can, it's just too shallow. So you're going to go for like, this is too much. Right around 4 is good. just play as hard as you can on your strings, then tweak up the gain and see which is the amounts that if you play it as hard as possible, it's going to give you like around 8 points on the gain if you're playing like really gentle on the strings. So next thing is volume. Don't really go like nuts with it. It's just good around noon. If you're going to mess with volume, master volumes, just look like choose it, just change it from your DAW or like change it from your caps. That's a better option. So then we have presence, treble, mid, bass. So in this video I told you I'm going to make a fat tone. So for that I'm going for the metalcore shit. So basically I'm going to put more bass than my mid. So mid is kind of like lower and the bass is higher. So here's the amount I'm using for mid and bass. Then trill, listen, trill and presence. Presence is actually kind of like giving you balance between your mids and trill. And then if you have enough presence and enough trill, it is going to give you a good cut in the mix. And then it's going to, if you put it low enough just to get a chuck, okay, get a chuck, that's enough, and it will keep you away from getting a noisy and buzzy sound of shit in your tone. This kind of sounds kind of good, not lying. No, too much. You hear that? This is the sound of the buzz I'm talking about. You want to avoid this because it's like it just plays in your background. It sounds like shit. Just avoid it. Yeah. But you know, it just like sounds like so trivial. Okay. Now this is it for our amp, and then we have the cap. What I like about Amplitube 5 is that cool feature that is VIR tech. If you push it, it's going to give you the benefit of having how the fuck you wanna put the mic. It's like really impressive. So let's say I want more bassy tone. So around the rear of the speakers, it's going to give you like a more bassy tone, but as bassy as we wanna go, we wanna keep the trip, we wanna keep the cut, so not too bassy. Man. Let's put this at the center because this is going to act as our cutter in the mix. It's going to give that cut, that edge of our tone, and then for this, man, this is so for this I'm going to go and put the mic like at the rear of the speaker, just going over from center a little bit. So now it kind of like combined my tone, which one of the mics is at the center and then one of the other is at the rear. So this is the center mic is giving me a triple sound, a pushed mid, and it's just like a cut in my mix. And then this one is kind of like more fat and more bassy. This combines and give me like the tone that I want. So listen to me, this is really important when you choosing your cabs, when you're setting how your mics are working. Because why is it important? Because it's just acting like an EQ for your tone. So if you're using, be really careful of that, because it's actually like acting as an EQ. So well, now let's hear this tone in the mix. How do you like the tone we made together? If you know the tips to make this sound better, please post a comment down below in the comment sections and tell me how. And if you found this video helpful and if you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, share this video with your friends. This way you can support me to make more of these tutorials. Yes, and I have more of these kind of videos. Here is a playlist, you can click on it and watch the rest. If you guys want me to make a video for you, just post it in the comment and I'll check it out. Until the next video, I'll see you guys. Take care.